Cause you go on flight radar, his plane is parked right there in New York. People don't got flight radar though. They don't know about them apps.
I don't see Jay-Z running like Russell Simmons. I think Jay-Z is he gonna fight and defend his name. I don't think none of these crazy things have any real credibility. But 50 Cent is still wanting to make a documentary about Jay-Z.
Bro, 50, if they had awards for certain characteristics, if they had the petty award, like a championship, bro, he would get it every year, bro. He wild as hell. But see,
Watch until the end because we're taking a closer look at the flight tracking app, how it actually works, and whether it can really track any plane. In an exclusive Cam Capone interview, Big Homie CC shares his perspective on what he believes is really happening behind the recent allegations involving Jay-Z. What makes this interview especially interesting is that it was recorded before the Super Bowl and before Jay-Z allegedly left and returned to the United States. In it, he explains why rumors about Jay-Z leaving the country spread so quickly and how the story gained traction online.
Well, let me go over these Jay-Z allegations just so the people who are listening can get the full story, man.
alright.
An anonymous caller alleged that a victim was abducted and woke up in a room with Harvey Weinstein and Jay-Z in Florida, claiming an incident occurred in the mid-1990s, approximately 1996, and then Pusha T, the same or another caller identified Pusha T as a handler, someone who establishes friendships with victims for Harvey Weinstein and alleged he was present during a drugging and sexual assault incident in 2007. So all of this is alleged. This is just what somebody called in and said.
But the problem with this is this. Right now, they got somebody called in and somebody filed a lawsuit saying that they seen me hiding bodies for P. Diddy. And I have to actually go to court. Somebody said, like with the case that I'm dealing with right now with Ashley Parham. She come up with all of these different details. She seen Drewski on the slip and slide. You feel me? I'm there pointing guns at Diddy and all these people. This type of stuff shouldn't even be allowed to come out because this is hearsay. You know what I'm saying? So for them to say she woke up with Pusha T, Jay-Z, and Weinstein, well, Pusha T is not no handler like that, bro. That's not what he do, bro. Anybody who's been around know that. Because when I was with Teyana Taylor, she was signed when I was security. She was signed to Ye and Pusha T. She was with them all the time, bro. No, I never seen none of that. And I would know, bro. I would know. Because the guy who was trying to sell the sex tape of him with Pusha T wife, guy come to me with this. None of this stuff right here never came up. You know what I'm saying? Weinstein used to date Halle Berry. Did you know that?
I did not know that.
That's a fact.
That's crazy.
That's a fact. Well, they all sleep together in the industry like that. But you know, you gotta be careful when you playing with Sean Carter though, man. He too calculated for that. I just don't see it, bro. I just don't see that. Because then what was the outcome of that?
Yeah, I don't see it either, man. It doesn't really seem, and this was in 1996. He wasn't even really famous. I don't even know if Harvey Weinstein would have been hanging around Jay-Z at this time. This is crazy. This is the year Tupac died.
Bro, that don't even add up. So you believe Jay-Z out the country right now?
I didn't hear that. Is that what they're saying?
They saying Jay-Z fled the country, but somebody just made one of those little memes, posted it up, and all the blogs running with it. Cause you go on flight radar, his plane is parked right there in New York. People don't got flight radar though. They don't know about them apps.
I don't see Jay-Z running like Russell Simmons. I think Jay-Z he gonna fight and defend his name. I don't think none of these crazy things have any real credibility. But 50 Cent is still wanting to make a documentary about Jay-Z.
Bro, 50, if they had awards for certain characteristics, if they had the petty award, like a championship, bro, he would get it every year, bro. He wild as hell. But see, at the end of the day, bro, there's no story about Jay-Z and the Punisher, man. You feel me? It's no stories like that. We haven't heard it. We haven't seen it. That little interview right there, that's not gonna be enough.
At the beginning of the video, it was mentioned that a flight tracker app could be used to easily find out if Jay-Z's plane actually left the country. Let's take a look at the app and how it works. Imagine you could open a map and watch planes move across the sky in real time. That's what Flight Radar is, a website and app that shows live air traffic around the world, including where a plane came from, where it's going, its altitude, speed, and aircraft type. Modern airplanes constantly broadcast their position using a system. Each plane is basically shouting, "Here I am, at this height, going this fast, in this direction." Thousands of small receivers on the ground pick up those signals and send them to Flight Radar servers, which match them with flight schedules and then plot each aircraft on the map, updating every few seconds. For aircraft that don't send full GPS position, the system can sometimes estimate location using multiple receivers and timing differences, or fill gaps with radar and satellite feeds over oceans and remote areas. That's why, from your perspective, you just see planes smoothly sliding along their routes on your screen. For aircraft that don't send full GPS position, the system can sometimes estimate location using multiple receivers and timing differences, or fill gaps with radar and satellite feeds over oceans and remote areas. That's why, from our perspective, we just see planes smoothly sliding along their routes on your screen. Can it track any plane? No. The plane usually needs a working transponder. Very small or older aircraft may not appear. There are coverage gaps over some remote regions and oceans, and many military, government, and some private or business jets are hidden or restricted for security and privacy reasons. So it's great for most commercial flights and many business jets, but not a complete picture of every aircraft in the sky. So this brings us to the question at hand, can it track Jay-Z's plane? Maybe. The video you're watching right now shows hundreds of private jets departing after the Super Bowl. This image shows what's being reported as Jay-Z's private jet flying to San Francisco just before the Super Bowl. If the image is accurate, it suggests the plane can, in fact, be tracked. The main point is this: before the internet runs wild with rumors, there are tools available to fact-check these claims. But what do you think? Let me know in the comments.